The president's order to suspend trillions of dollars of federal funding is sending nonprofits across the country into a scramble. President Trump says he wants to do this in order to examine where the federal dollars are going. As we talked about just a few minutes ago, though, a federal judge blocked the Trump plan within the past hour.
Well, here in Denver, the president's order did cause some panic over services for people in need, from food pantries to job training. Nonprofits just left wondering what to do after getting the notice that their funding was being suspended. So Jeremy Hohola set out to hear from local nonprofits and has more about their worries about services and layoffs despite this late federal judge block.
Yeah, that's right, Tom. This morning we heard from nonprofits who provide services like mental health counseling and help for seniors. Federal funding is their lifeblood. With news their funding was being suspended, that caused severe alarm. Now they can breathe a little easy, at least until next week, thanks to a judge's order.
Last fiscal year, we served 174,000 people across the state of Colorado. Black, brown, white, Asian, everybody who needs services.
For decades, Servicios de la Raza has provided mental health services, workforce training, and food for people all over Colorado. This morning, we heard from Director Rudy Gonzalez, who said he was alarmed after getting an email from the government with the subject line, "Temporary pause in disbursement of financial assistance."
We don't see it as a pause. We see it as a definite travesty.
Gonzalez tells us the nonprofit relies on about $3 million a year in federal assistance. The sudden cutoff had Gonzalez worried this morning.
Today, we're thinking about what are the temporary layoffs that may have to happen, that could become permanent. What are the services that have to be curbed, curtailed, halted, that help communities, especially communities of color and poor communities, survive.
Hours after we spoke to Gonzalez, a federal judge ordered the federal funding to keep flowing. The order will last until next week, but after that, the funding could be up in the air again.
And no response other than just what we've seen, what everybody else sees.
At the Denver Indian Center, a sign was put up today announcing a pause in services. The nonprofit has provided help to Native people for more than 50 years with things like workforce training and fatherhood skills.
Anytime you have uncertainty, you have difficulty in planning and going forward with programmatic systems that you have in place. Our effort here is to work with the community and help the community, and the services we provide, they take resources. And so when that's cut off immediately with no answers.
The Colorado Nonprofit Association sent us a statement calling the halting of federal dollars alarming. The president of that organization wrote, "It's an unprecedented attack on the nonprofit sector." Let's see what happens when the judge's order expires early next week, but it's clear this is still not over. Back to you, Kim.
No, and that's part of the limbo everybody's in right now. What do you plan for, right? You just don't know.
You just don't know. Let's see what happens with this judge's order next week. Will it be extended? Are there going to be more lawsuits? It's all up in the air. Lots of chaos this morning within the nonprofit sector, for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thanks, Jeremy.